My name is Eloise Mae, and I wrote the Tumblr Sexyman play. I'm just going to do my trigger warning right now, so you have a moment to decide whether or not this show is for you. This show revolves around suicidal ideation and suicidal attempts. If that's not for you, I completely understand and take no offense if you leave. My wonderful cast, Sans the skeleton from hit game Undertale will be played by the incomparable Wurdemann. My lovely leading lady, Franny, will be played by the lovely Liv Celenza. And then on stage directions is the love of my life and the person who introduced me to Undertale, Zachary.
I apologize.
Please enjoy.
Tumblr Sexyman play by Eloise Mae. Undertale created by Toby Fox. Franny, an 18-year-old girl who has had a terrible year. She's exhausted and unsure of where to go next. Sans, a short and paunchy skeleton. Setting, the messy bedroom of an overly stressed high school girl. There is a desk with a laptop on it, a bed, a nightstand, and lots of little trinkets. Franny is sprawled on her bed. She calls someone. She gets up and refreshes a page on her laptop as it rings. She's sent to voicemail. Hey there, this is Millie Elizabeth Davis Miller. I'm not able to take your... Franny hangs up and dials again. It rings. Hey there, this is Millie Elizabeth Davis Miller. I'm not able to take your call right now, but please leave me a message and I will call you back real soon. Have a lovely day. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, hang up or press 1 for more options.
Mills, answer your phone. I know that yearbook club is over. La 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 la. Oh, I know. I'm gonna go into shortcuts and set up my phone to spam text you endlessly until you get back to me.
She gets an email notification from her laptop and cuts off and runs to the laptop.
Holy shit! The grades are out. The grades are out.
She refreshes the page, sees her grades, and is mentally hit by a bus. There is silence as Franny takes this in and loses all goofiness. There is intense weight to this shift.
Okay. I'm gonna go check how I did. Call me later. I'll talk to you soon.
She hangs up and starts to cry, and flops on her bed, crying harder. She punches a pillow, then throws it hard back onto the bed, before screaming a gut-wrenching, desperate, guttural scream. She takes a breath. She's frozen and shaken. She looks at her nightstand, opens a drawer, and pulls out a bottle of medication. She considers it, looks to her closed bedroom door, takes the cap off the bottle, and empties the contents into her hand. Then Sans from Undertale appears in the background.
Hey, kid. What are you doing?
She freezes with her hand in front of her. Sans walks over and closes her hand into his.
All right. Aren't you gonna ask how I got here? What's about it? Okay.
She collapses into Sans' arms and he pats her back.
Well, if you wanted to know how I got here, the answer is I was hiding behind that conveniently shaped lamp all along. Not yet? That's okay.
Franny sits up. Sans finally lets go of Franny's hands and puts the pills away.
I'm gonna lose my spot at Minnesota.
I live in Minnesota.
And since I got in with a reaction, I literally have nothing prepared to apply to any other schools.
Probably a mini Coke.
What do I do when Mom gets back from work? What do I even say to her?
Ask if she has any Coke products.
No, we don't. It rots your teeth.
Yep. This isn't the end, kid. There's still a lot to be done here.
Like what? Just email Miss Anderson and beg her to change my grade?
No, you ask what can be done here.
Yep.
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 So, kid, you gonna tell me what happened?
What do you mean?
This time Sans is silent.
I just got overwhelmed is all.
You still going to Elsie?
No. It just didn't really work with my schedule anymore.
Huh. So you're not in therapy anymore then?
No, I'm fine. I have the greatest pun-making protector the internet has ever known.
You said daddy issues?
What?
Huh?
This is just the worst way this weekend could end, and I...
Kid, we both know it goes deeper than today.
He grabs a water bottle off her dresser and hands it to her.
If you keep going the way you are now, you're gonna have a hard time.
You only say that when...
Why don't you take care of yourself unless someone tells you to?
It makes me feel wanted.
That's not fair. You can't be someone else's responsibility, not even mine. But still, you're one of my people, kid. I don't let anyone hurt my people.
I'm one of your people.
Feel better?
Yep.
So what really happened?
I just hate my life. And I hate myself. And everything comes easy to Mills and
You
everyone.
hate your life? So you hate your mom and your room and Mills and your friends and...
No! Those are the good parts. And I do love the good parts. Everything else
And
is-
everything comes easy to Mills? She can't beat my boss fight, so I wouldn't say that.
But grades and being in so many clubs
And you
and...
get early admission to your dream school, and you can beat my boss battle. But you hate yourself?
I don't know.
You hate this girl?
He shows her a picture frame containing a young Franny and her mom hugging.
You hate the little girl that is the light of her mom's life. You hate the things you love? Franny, hating yourself is to hate everything you love. Do you really hate yourself? You hate fuzzy socks on your feet, pet your dog. You hate the smell of your mom's hugs, Millie's smile. Franny,
I don't hate myself.
you can do better.
I should love myself.
I love you, kid. That means that you can love yourself too.
I can love myself. That's what I've got right now.
Well, now I'm gonna disappear into the ether and get myself a Coke.
Wait, Sam.
I'm sorry, I'm on the way out the imaginary door.
I'm not.
I was never here. I'm not even here now. You know what I mean?
How am I going to tell my mom? Who is going to remind me to take a drink of my water?
Franny, that was you.
What?
Do you remember when Elsie told you to name your anxiety and your depression? To separate them from yourself and your brain and make them the villain?
Yes, I am not my worst thoughts. They just come into my head sometimes.
Think about it.
I know. The thoughts are the villain, not me.
Kid, you didn't make a villain for you to fight. You made a hero to fight yourself. Why?
I don't know.
You could so easily have turned yourself into the hero. Why me instead?
This year has sucked. I don't want to hold myself up anymore. I just need a break so someone else can hold me for a little while. Senior year is like playing Five Nights at Freddy's Pizzeria Simulator, and the whole game up until the final night, and you know how the mechanics work, but that last night, you have to use a whole different strategy, get through it, and it takes hours, and eventually going on Reddit and finding someone who explains what you're supposed to do.
You feel like you are in the final night of Five Nights at Freddy's Pizzeria Simulator.
Yeah.
Mechanics always change. Life never reaches a point where you've learned all the mechanics. Sometimes it's like Danganronpa V3. Where one moment something happens that recontextualizes everything you thought you knew about the game.
I hate change.
Just like you hated the final chapter of V3 at first. But then you came around to it. We have to change sometimes. I think you are ready to change.
Change to what?
To the hero, Franny. It's time for you to change into your own hero. You've been the hero all along.
I thought you said I made myself into the villain.
Franny, I am you. You calmed yourself down. You put the pills back. You took a drink of water. You weren't the villain. You've been your own hero this whole time.
Franny starts to cry again. He hugs her.
You have to let me go now.
I have to let you go now.
It's
It's
always
always
been
been
you.
me. I'm gonna figure this out.
Gonna call Mom.
I am ready.
I will be my hero. I will take care of myself. I will love myself. Take care of yourself, kid.
'Cause
Someone really cares about you.
Someone really cares about you. Someone out there really cares about me. Franny, someday I will learn how to